Everything is closed. There's practically no one in the streets. Hare Krishna. Hello, baby. So here we are in the coronavirus infected China. Today is the appearance day of Advaita Acharya. We came to get some flowers, but I stopped at a shop, a flower shop just now, and they said that there's no flowers anymore. I did a vlog maybe about a year ago where you can see me in the big flower market in Guangzhou. Most of the flowers, this is where they come from. So that place has been locked down because they do not want so many people to gather in one place only. Here I am at another flower shop, but it seems to be closed. You see, this coronavirus hit during the Chinese New Year. So Chinese New Year, normally people go back to their house. Many places in China are like kind of empty, so this is the case for here. A lot of people went back to their hometown, so a lot of the shops are closed. Plus, not many people go out. They're afraid to get infected by the virus. There's not many people outside, and you can see that actually everybody's wearing a mask. There are many laws. You cannot enter in some public places without a mask, and everybody's getting the temperature. Look at the lady coming. It's not just a mask, it's a goggles and a plastic hat. And so yes, we are afraid to die. Why is it that we're afraid to die, huh? Because it's not natural for us. We are eternal. We are part and parcel of Krishna. Tamaham Brahmasmi. I am spirit soul. The spirit soul is eternal, full of bliss and knowledge. So this death is fearful because we're not supposed... Actually, we never die. You speak of knowledge, we never die. We have always existed. Imagine how powerful we are. We have always been there. We're super, spiritual entities because we're part and parcel of God. So God is supremely powerful. So similarly, we're very, very powerful also. We cannot be destroyed. But this material body can. And because people under the impressions that we are this body, therefore they're very fearful. We'll have to drive a bit more down the way there. So I've made a video on a new YouTube channel that I'm opening called Science of Godhead. I will put the link in the description below. Please take a look. We are speaking about the Vedic perspective of this virus, why it has emerged. Please go see and let me know what you think, and subscribe to that channel. You can see everyone with masks. So then it's a quest for finding some flowers. So as long as we're in the bodily concept of life, we cannot avoid to be fearful because we know that our existence will end. We are bound to be very, very anxious and fearful. There are 5 stages of realizations of our existence. The first stage is realization of our existence in terms of food. So that means that we understand we need to eat. There is an urge that pushes us to find sustenance in food. This everybody is born with. That's why you can see even some little insects, larvae, as soon as they're born, they start to eat. Now the child, as soon as he's born, he starts to suck the mother's breast. Nobody taught him to do that, but he's doing it. So second is realization of life in the matter of pran, which means basically life force, we can say. So we realize life as energy. Oh, I'm a force and I can be extinguished. So when you realize this, then there's fear. Just like my son, he doesn't know. Where is he? There he is. He's wearing the mask because we put it on him, but he has no idea what's going on. At the moment, he's simply in the realization that he needs to eat. When he's hungry, he feels the hunger, it hurts, and he cries, and then we feed him. He understands that he requires, to satisfy that hunger. But he doesn't know that he can die yet. He doesn't know that such a thing as death exists. Those people, they have got this realization that they can be extinguished. Their existence as they know it can be finished. That's why everybody's trying to protect themselves. Then the third type of realization, existence as the mind. When people get there, then they tend to come with different philosophies of life. Communism, capitalism, humanism, so many things. They start to have some ideas and understandings of what life is. Philosophers, scientists. Okay, so here I come to another place, flowers. It's also closed. so I will have to go to another place. When he comes to that level, then he's not so much concerned about gross body, he's more concerned about the mind. And that is all material. Then you come to Vijnana. Vijnana starts when one understands that he's not this body. He is spirit soul. That is Vijnana. Are you there yet? Maybe not yet. So when he realizes he's not the body, he's spirit soul, then he's completely freed. Brahma Bhuta Prasanatma Nasochati Nakanchati. No more lamentation, no more hankering. He's freed. It's not, oh, I am the husband of this wife, I am the wife of this husband, I am a child, I am a Chinese, I am a black, I am a communist, all of this. He's freed. I am. That's all. I exist. That's all. I'm spirit soul eternal. Boom. Freed. Another closed flower shop here. So they're all closed. Oh yes, another thing I have to do, I have to print the pictures for the festival. That's a lot of things to do with a lot of obstacles. So that Vijnana stage of realization is where happiness actually begins. What? Cars? Cars? What? One who has realized Brahman, yes, he's unaffected by the pleasure and pains of this world. So that's the fourth stage. And the last stage is Anandamaya, to realize that we're part and parcel of Krishna, God, and that our business is to eternally render service to Him in transcendental loving reciprocations. That's the highest. And that's what we have to attain, because this is what we are actually. We are simply trying to go back to our original position. So it has a bit of a post-apocalyptic look, you know. Everything is closed. There's practically no one in the streets. There's one lady there with a dog. Maybe such few people is like a normal thing for some countries, but not for China. There's always people everywhere. So why is it that we don't want to die? The scientist theory, that the theory of evolution, that nature evolves and gets better and better. So why haven't we managed to become immortal? Why hasn't nature make us immortal? If we're speaking of evolution, there's not one single living entity that wants to feel pain. That's a fact. Nobody wants displeasure, everybody wants pleasure, and there's not one living entity that wants to die. Not one single. Insects, reptiles, birds, it doesn't matter. No one wants to die. Then you might argue that's not a fact. Some people commit suicide. Yes, but that's because the first principle of pleasure is not there. They're suffering so much, and they believe that by committing suicide, their existence will be ended. You shut off the lights, that's it. Finished. That is based on a wrong conception. If I, kill myself, then it's done. But we were forced to be born, isn't it? It happened. So why can it happen again? It happened already, right? So why cannot again, one more time? And why the varieties of life is there? Why is not just everybody to look the same? So Vedic knowledge says no, that if you commit suicide, you become a ghost. There are some living entities that have only a subtle body, which is made of mind, intelligence, and false ego, and they are called ghosts. They don't have this gross body that we have. So no living entity wants to feel pain. No living entity wants to die. No living entity wants to grow old. Because the soul is eternally youthful, full of knowledge and bliss, and he's eternally young. That's why we want to remain young. Who wants to grow old? Who wants to have like slack muscles and backache and arthritis? Nobody wants that. That shows we're not supposed to become old. But why do we like to be young? This is what we're supposed to be, eternally young. This body is our conditioning. It's our private jail. Everybody has this private jail in the form of a body which is limiting us. We're not supposed to be limited like that. In the Bhagavad-gita it says that the soul is sarvagata. It means all-pervading. It's everywhere. It can go anywhere. And we have information from Vedic literature, just like Narada Muni, who has a completely spiritual body. He's not limited by anything. He can go anywhere, on any planet, just like he wishes. He can even go in the spiritual world and material world. He's not restricted. So this coronavirus at the moment is making everybody very, very fearful. I can see the fear in people's eyes. People don't want to come too close to one another. If you don't wear a mask, people will, stay away from you. So much fear. So what are these leaders doing? They are, propagating a lot of news, and you must wear a mask, you must wash your hands, this fear, fear, fear. But they cannot make their people fearless. They can create a lot of fear, but they cannot make them fearless. Because they keep them in the animal concept of life. Eating, sleeping, mating, and defending are the 4 different activities that humans and animals do that is common. And if we only stay in those 4 activities, then we're animals. The only distinction between human life and animal life is that we can understand what we are. Animals, they cannot. Just like you are watching this video. Do you think a dog will sit and watch what I'm saying now? So a human can understand, I'm not this body, I'm spirit soul. And that's the only way to get freed from fear. And let's say by some arrangement you think you have managed to eradicate the virus. Still, all Chinese people are gonna die. 1.4 billion people in China now. 100 years from now, they're all gone. What about that? Can he change something? The president of China? Nope. So that's the real problem. Death is the real problem. And now everybody's fearful because the possibility of death is near. They know that, oh, if I breathe this virus in, I might die soon. So why you're fearful now, but you don't realize that in normal days? Let's say I'm telling you, all right, there's someone who's coming to kill you. Oh, when? Oh, he's coming in 5 years. Will you say, oh, it's 5 years from now, I'm gonna sit down, watch my TV show, play on my phone? No, you'll always be anxious because you know one guy is coming to your house to kill you in 5 years. Your business should be, how should I counteract this? That should be your only business. If I tell you one guy is looking for you, you know, he's gonna kill you soon, I don't know, it might be 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, who knows, but he's looking for you, he's gonna kill you. Can you be peaceful? The beat of our heart is the sound that death makes closing down on us. We have all a certain amount of beats and it's already predestined, so why not take care of this issue? Why are we so much concerned about this politicians said that, oh, that athletes, you know, said this, and why are we wasting our time? All these people are not going to help us. They're not going to be there at our time of death. We have to take care of our own existence. We have to wake up and be callous to whatever everybody else is saying about this material world. We have to take intelligence from the perfect source. That is Bhagavad-gita. That is Lord Krishna. There's a treasure of knowledge behind every single line. One should mold his life in a way to understand what he is, not just waste time. You see, Kobe Bryant, he had everything. Rich, tall, handsome man, beautiful wife, famous, everything. One little failure in the helicopter thing, his life has been taken away. So even wealthy people like that, they cannot avoid death. Death is unavoidable. That's the real problem. So I could not find any flowers, so I got those. They were at the entrance of a hotel, which is now closed, I guess because of the virus. So it's kind of useless, right? So I just took one pot. I thought there's not much harm there. My son is sleeping. For those of you who are new to the channel, please read Bhagavad-gita. Bhagavad-gita as it is, from His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. At least give it a try, you know. In it, everything is explained. If someone is actually objectively trying to know what is this world, a real scientist, he will not reject any theory that are brought to him. He will analyze and see for himself whether it's real or not. So I'm at my garden now. This is the gate. I will have to scan for temperature. Here they scan to see if you have the coronavirus. You don't have the fever, you can come in. If you want to go back to the spiritual world, you cannot have the material fever. Jai and Vijay are going to scan you to see if you have any material desires left. So an actual seeker of the truth will see, well, here there's a book that existed before anybody on this earth was born. The speaker of that book, Lord Krishna, says that he's God. Isn't this something we should inquire about? At least check if it's true or not? Isn't it worthy of our attention?
Jai Sachinandan Suramuni Bandana Baba Bhaya Kandana Jaya Jai Sachinandana Suramuni Bandana Baba Bhaya Kandana Jaya Jai Sachinandana Suramuni Bandana Baba Bhaya Kandana Jaya Jai Sachinandana